Hey folks, I'm Chris and I'm your Commander Mechanic, here with another new Philosophy Friday series. All month this month we're going to be doing what I call the Color Theory series, where we look at the 5 colors of Magic and break down their strengths and weaknesses and how they fit into the format of Commander. If you want to pick up any of the cards we talk about today and help support the channel, check out our affiliate, Harry Tarantula, for all of your cards and gaming supplies. Remember, use our code CMDR Space Mechanic at checkout to help support the channel. And stay tuned. This season of Philosophy Friday will be critical to our next big giveaway. Keep those eyes peeled. This week, we're looking at the color of fire and destruction, of pain, fury, and relentless impulse. We're taking a look at red. Red is about unbridled emotion, uncontrolled and reckless abandon, at the cost of itself and, more importantly, others. Red has some unique mechanics, including some relatively new additions that are vastly changing how the color is played in the format of Commander. Red's creatures are some of the quickest around. That is, they're known for having the haste keyword. Whether this is on a goblin, a human, or a dragon, Red's creatures are ready to brawl. Often you'll find Red shares some of White's tendencies to create creature tokens, either in small quantities or en masse. This helps Red get good value for its attacking force, where one creature may net you 2 to 3 bodies to attack with. But goblins aren't the only creature type Red's known for. You'll find savage beasts and even passionate humans populating the ranks of Red's creatures. Acting on impulse, out of anger, fear, or love is a cornerstone of Red. But the high end of Red's curve is reserved for dragons. Here you'll find fearsome flyers that rule the skies, often with abilities that deal damage to smaller, weaker creatures. And some, like dragons of myth, have an ability named Fire Breathing, allowing you to spend additional mana to pump up their attacks. While Red's creatures are typically very strong and tend to turn sideways, Red's removal is one of the primary reasons to play this color. Red gets plenty of direct damage. That is, damage that can be dealt directly to a creature, planeswalker, or player. The most efficient removal is player removal, after all. This is nicknamed Burn, and this is how Red deals with troublesome creatures. Red is also proficient at dealing with artifacts, with some of the most effective targeted and mass artifact removal. From Shatter through to Vandal Blast, Red's hatred of man-made technology is evident. The other permanent Red can deal with, almost exclusively, are lands. Red has some of the most efficient land destruction abilities and previously shared this trait with Black, though it's moved out of Black's wheelhouse and into more colorless options, giving access to any color. Red and protection don't typically go together. Red fights with reckless abandon with no concern for itself, only fight. As such, Red has very few ways to protect itself, its permanents, and its spells. One way it does have, with a small overlap with Blue, is redirection abilities. Red will take an opponent's spell and give it a new target. But if the spell doesn't target, or you're the only viable target, well, there's no stopping it. This is one of Red's challenges as a color. Red has some important ramp effects, primarily in the form of rituals which overlap with Black. Red rarely gets permanent mana increases, instead favoring a use it or lose it mentality, which is seen elsewhere in the color. These rituals can make small additional mana boosts with Pyretic Ritual, ongoing increasing mana boosts with Mana Echoes, or massive temporary increases in mana, as seen with a Mana Geyser. But be careful to make sure you can use this mana. You typically only get it once, and it's gone. The other way Red has recently been getting mana ramp has been through treasure token generation. The latest staple in Red's color has been Dockside Extortionist, a powerful effect that can easily create 10 plus mana. And the difference with treasure creation is that Even though you only get to use it once, you get to use it when you want. Let's hope red gets more effects like Dockside, Curse of Opulence, or Brass's Bounty in the future. Card draw used to be scarce in red, relegated only to what's called rummaging effects, where you discard a card before drawing a card. Cards like Rummaging Goblin, Tormenting Voice, or Cathartic Reunion showcase just some of these effects. But in recent years, red has been given what's called impulsive draw effects, where you get to exile cards from the top of your library to play for a limited time. Cards like Commune with Lava, Grenzo Havoc Razor, or Stolen Strategy are all prime examples. This even extends to being able to cast cards from your opponent's libraries too. A powerful effect, provided you can time it right. This is another relatively new mechanic in Red's history that gives it some strengths where it was previously very shallow. Another very positive development. So Red has a few unique effects that aren't found in other colors, or are shared seldomly with other colors. These mechanics help make Red stand out, but do they allow the color to be strong? Well, first, Red is the color of chaos. Random targeting, random transformations, and coin flipping are all cornerstones of Red. Red wants to make sure your best laid plans are laid to waste. While this is a popular archetype in Commander, its effectiveness is much like group hug archetypes, more of a modifier to the game that isn't always appreciated by all players. Next, Red shares a type of card draw with blue that are called wheel effects, after Red's signature Wheel of Fortune. With variants from Magus of the Wheel to Reforge the Soul, this is solidly in the color's all or nothing mentality, giving up the resources you have now for the hopes of drawing better cards. Red is also known for what's called threaten effects, the ability to temporarily steal something from your opponent, whether it be an artifact or a creature. This is a great way to showcase Red's impulsiveness and browbeating methods, the way that they threaten people to do what they say. Red also gets to copy various things, another aspect it shares with blue. Red is known to make temporary copies rather than permanent copies, however, making token copies of creatures that exile themselves or additional copies of spells. This is a strong effect, typically seen on stronger cards, that help Red win the game. Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker is an excellent example and a key piece to many of Red's combo wins. Lastly, Red gets to take extra combat steps as a unique mechanic. Where blue may get to take entire additional turns, Red can usually get an effect like Seize the Day or Aggravated Assault, which allows your aggressive creatures to get, well, more aggressive. Red's design is all about impermanence, temporary benefits, temporary gains, temporary resources, which all reflect its impulsive nature. Why care about tomorrow, Red says, when all we have is right now? Between creatures with haste or giving creatures haste, giving up existing resources for the chance at temporary resources, or sacrificing creatures for temporary benefit, Red is all about what it can do right away. Red supplements its weaknesses in protection and tutoring capabilities with other colors. While artifacts can help Red get some effects that it normally cannot have access to, Red pairs very well with other colors to form a cohesive strategy. Paired with white for more protection effects, blue for better quality card draw, black for consistent tutor effects, or green for faster permanent ramp, Red is an excellent companion color in many strategies. Let me know in the comments below where you feel Red's biggest strengths are, and how you hope to see the color grow with new sets in the future. We'll see how that plays into our deck building together here on the channel. Until next time, folks, good luck and have fun.